Morning, everyone. It's time. Let's grow together with Roar's Nursery and Garden Center. We have Mr. Matt Workinger with us this morning. Hello, sir.
Good morning.
Mr. Wet
boots.
boot
Dry
man.
boots today. I'm on my second pair.
Oh, my gosh. And also, Ms. Rachel Fender. How are you, Rachel?
I'm doing good.
Good. Yes, this rain, it's, I thought we were done with the roller coaster. I was hoping, but
Some
how
of these
it is.
April showers just kind of carried over.
That's all.
Yeah, there. I like
That's
the way
all.
you think. Yeah.
It'll
So,
actually make all of the hydrangeas that have a hard time blooming, like any of the macrophylla varieties, they'll actually bloom better because of this excessive rain.
Okay.
It helps them set bloom head and recover from a bad winter. So
see there, then
There
it's
you
all
go.
it's all
Look on
worth
the bright
it.
side.
It is. And you guys both know, and I was talking about this earlier, how I came out to visit
Yes.
on
Yeah.
Sunday, and I picked up all my stuff, and Rachel helped me
Got your
and
tomatoes.
got the
and
tomato
and
plant
basil.
has doubled in size already.
It's unbelievable how quick and
that
how
warm
big they
weather
get. Yeah.
that we
so,
had on Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
and getting them out of those little pots.
It
and
was
stuff, and letting
crazy.
them stretch their,
Oh, it's so
their little
happy.
legs.
Mhm. Yeah, it's
So,
happy in the
Yes.
and
in the sun.
the basil
Yeah.
looks pretty good too.
Nice.
Good.
So we're working on
good.
it. But I was saying it was such a nice. I came out early on Sunday morning, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was just such a nice way. I could have walked through there forever.
Yeah.
You know,
There's
Pretty
yeah.
this time of year for sure.
People spend a lot of
Yes.
time there sometimes, even just walking around.
and the water features in the back
Oh,
that
yeah,
you
the
always talk
ponds.
about, and
Yep.
I never got to see.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah,
just
you
so you could just go back there and sit. You
Yeah.
know, in
a
the
lot of things
sunshine.
are flowering, like the pink dogwood back there is in full bloom right now. So just beautiful. I mean, I planted that 19 years ago. It was 4 foot tall when I planted it. So it's
That's
probably
amazing. That's
15
amazing.
foot tall now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we would like to work on more like display areas and beds and stuff to have things planted because a lot of times you can't tell what something's going to look like
Right.
when it's in a pot and stuff. You know,
Yeah.
especially with a lot of the perennials. There's a lot of perennials that don't bloom until they're well established or in a bigger, environment. So
And the hanging baskets too were beautiful. Just
There's a couple.
I was just going to say
Just
we
a
have
couple,
a
yeah.
few. Yeah, we unloaded another trailer. I think it was like 300 of
Wow.
really big mixed, like mixed flowers and
Right,
stuff yesterday.
right.
But we got lots for sun, lots for shade.
got my geraniums, and
Yes.
my mom wanted a white hanging basket, so I got that for her. And they're just
Yeah, we fixed you up.
you did. It was great. It was great fun. And I got home and I'm like, okay,
And
now I
What do
got
I
to
do
plan
first?
this.
Yeah.
But it was a warm Sunday. It was warm and
Yeah.
it was nice.
It was a nice day.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
worked
Sunday,
out great.
Monday, Tuesday were beautiful.
Mm-hmm. They sure were. So we'll get back to it
Yes.
eventually. We will. But
Yeah,
but
for
you
sure.
said, Matt, you guys are doing something special now.
So we have a surprise sale since we looked at the weather forecast, and it's supposed to rain all day Saturday. We're going to do an umbrella sale, and that umbrella sale is going to cover all regular price plant material. So annuals, perennials, trees, shrubs, and everything's going to be a flat 10% off.
Oh, that's
So,
great. Go
for-
out there and
for the
do.
entire
bring
day
your
on
umbrella
Saturday.
and
Bring your umbrella and
Do some
it's
shopping.
automatic 10%.
There you go. Just walk around, hold your umbrella.
Yeah.
Or just
And
wear
we
a
do
rain
have some
jacket with
covered.
a hood.
We have
Yeah,
some covered
exactly.
shopping
I was just
too.
gonna say,
the
yeah.
greenhouse
The
you stay
greenhouse
dry.
is
The
dry.
lean-to out back would be dry, and a lot of times when we get those all-day rains, it's not a pour down all day. It's spotty. It'll come, it'll go. It'll come, it'll go, and so we sneak in and out with customers all the time when it's like that. And a lot of times we're not as busy, so we can really spend that extra time with
Yeah.
them too.
Yeah,
That's
and
great.
It does actually sound really nice in the greenhouse. It's very
When it's
Yeah.
raining.
peaceful.
Therapeutic.
Yeah, it really is.
It's not a tin roof, but it gives a
Unless
similar
it's a
sound.
downpour and then you can't even hear somebody in front of you. Yeah.
That's funny. And it was good for me to be able to kind of go step by step with Rachel because she was like, okay. So I had got what I wanted to plant. Then we went inside.
Yep.
And we said, I knew that I
Started
wanted
with
the
soil and
Yep, yep.
kind of figured out how
Fertilizers
much. And
and-
then she picked the fertilizer. And I'm not going to lie. At first, I'm like, what? Huh?
yeah.
Wait a minute. What am I doing with this one? Where's this one going?
Yeah, and it can be. I can sometimes throw too much at you at
No,
once
no,
too. So we have to go step by
me.
step.
It was me. It was
So-
not you. And then finally
So,
she's
but
like,
yeah.
okay, this for this and this for this. I'm like, okay, got it. And I'm all set and ready to go.
Good.
So
Now
we'll
we
see.
wait.
Now we wait. That's right. That's exactly right. I do have, let's see, I got an email from Bonnie. And again, we are live on Facebook, live on our YouTube channel. You can check us out there if you want to. And also, you can give us a call at 330-450-1480 or send me an email, pcook@whbc.com, and I'd be more than happy to ask the question for you. All right, so Bonnie wants to know, she says, what ground cover could I plant on a bank that has rocks and some grass? Can I transplant English ivy or pachysandra? And do I plant at the start of the top, or start at the top or the bottom of the bank?
So you could transplant either one, provided it's more shade than anything.
Those are both
they both
shade
like
ones,
more
yeah.
shade, especially the pachysandra. The ivy can handle a little bit of morning sun and that kind of thing, but all in all, they're both shade plants. So,
Okay.
There are other things like creeping jenny would be a good one for something like that.
Some of the
Ajuga.
ajugas,
They're really kind of tight to the ground. Creeping thyme would be another good one for full sun. If that is the
sedum,
case.
the
Sedums, yes,
Angelonia
yeah.
sedum.
There's a lot of options that would really help with
that's
erosion.
a sun one.
So,
Okay,
yes,
sun.
yeah, throwing out
Yeah.
some sun
So
options
really
just
knowing
in
your
case.
environment's super
So,
important.
yes.
Because if you put that English ivy or pachysandra in a full sun environment, it's not going to do well.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
but English ivy, if it is in shade and stuff, it is really good for erosion and that kind of thing. And then when you're planting, it would be best to kind of, I would think, like stagger it more so.
Oh, okay.
Maybe some at the top and the bottom. Wouldn't you think so, Matt?
Yeah,
just to kind of
just
get it
kinda
to fill in.
Mix it up. It will
Yeah.
probably grow down the hill a little quicker than
I
up
think
the
that'd be
hill.
better,
but,
yeah,
But
if-
we would normally like alternate them up and down the hill and try to get enough starts that it's going to fill in a short period of time. The other thing I would recommend when you're doing a ground cover like that is to preen that area, because
Yeah,
preen prevents
a
weed
good
seeds
idea.
from germinating. Otherwise, if you get all these weed seeds in there that germinate and start to grow weeds, you have to get out there and weed that on that bank. It's more difficult to do that than a flat flower bed around the house. So
Right.
by putting that product called preen down, you kill seeds as they germinate, and it just basically reduces a significant amount of work that you would have to do later on an area that would be harder to do it in.
Yeah,
So-
because technically, depending on how big this bank is that
Yeah.
you're
Sure.
talking about, you kind of want to set it and forget it, sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would think so.
Yeah.
Usually.
And as we get into the heat of summer, this isn't for right now because we're getting plenty of rain, but as we get into the heat of summer, remember that bank drains really well. So you may want to do some watering through that summer months, at least for the first season or two, to try to get that plant well established and thickened up and filled in.
Okay.
And then the more of it that's there, the more it shades the ground, the more the moisture is held in. So it's definitely something that you have to do more early in the process than later.
Okay. And I also know that I had a friend that had a birch tree, and it's kind of, I'm going to give you a hint, like kind of like this. And
Okay.
so as you
There's
can
a V
see,
shape there.
Yes. And so this was the part that was dead, and there was some up top that was dead. So how do they trim that?
So
trim it all off, or what do you do?
The lower limbs on birch trees often end up being cut off as the tree grows and matures. When it's young, it gets lots of sunlight, but as the head of the tree develops, the branches on the lower portion a lot of times do die back. Excuse me. If you scratch the bark with like a pruner blade or a thumbnail, a fingernail, and it's not green underneath, it's not coming back.
Okay.
So trace it all the way back to the trunk, trim it off, and then the head of the tree will develop out, because it's going to send enough moisture and nutrients up from the root system to keep that what was alive there last year alive. And if it's not there anymore, it's going to go to the top of the tree and fill the canopy in.
Ah, very good. That's a very good point. Yeah, I wondered about that.
And so birch trees, most of the time, they're one of the water-loving trees. If you have a wet area in your yard, most birch trees will do good. The exception to that rule, which Mother Nature always has one, would be the purple leaf birch tree. It doesn't like quite as much water as the green leaf birch trees. It's a much slower grower. It's not as aggressive, and so it doesn't require the huge amount of water that a standard birch tree would.
Okay. All right. That's good to know, because I think she was worried about the top of the tree.
Okay.
Once the dead stuff was pulled away, how was it going to be? Would it rebound, basically?
Yes, yes. And birch trees are very, very aggressive in their growth, so it would rebound very quickly compared to other trees that are much slower growing.
Okay. Very good. Very good. All right. Let's take our first break. Again, you can give us a call, 330-450-1480. It is Let's Grow Together with Roar's Nursery and Garden Center.
Hi, Hi, it's Angie Rohr with Rohr's Nursery. Spring is finally here, and now is a great time to treat your lawn. Apply a pre-emergent to keep that pesky crabgrass from taking over. And don't forget to give your plants the boost they need. Our experts can recommend the perfect fertilizer for you. Stop into either of our 2 locations, Rohr's Nursery on Everhard Road and Rohr's Nursery on Portage Street. Or check us out online at rohrsnursery.com.
Rohr's Nursery. We want to be your #1 nursery. Rohr's Nursery.
Ventrac, power, precision, performance. Designed with your tough jobs in mind, Ventrac compact tractors from Bears Lawn and Garden handle everything from mowing, preparing seedbeds, trenching, tilling, leaf collection, and more for a year-round tractor. Whether you're a grounds care professional or a large property owner, Ventrac will give you expert results to conquer all your tasks quickly and efficiently. Feel the difference when you get in the seat of a Ventrac today at Bears Lawn and Garden in North Canton, or call 330-499-4544.
Hi, this is Heather with Community One Credit Union. This Memorial Day, we pause to honor and remember the brave men and women who gave their lives in service to our country. Their courage, sacrifice, and dedication to protecting our freedom will never be forgotten. From all of us here at Community One Credit Union, we wish you and your family a safe and meaningful Memorial Day weekend.
Lunch was great, but this traffic is awful.
Can we stop at a bathroom?
Are you all right?
I keep having stomach issues after eating, like diarrhea, gas and bloating, abdominal pain, and sometimes oily stools.
Sound familiar? Those stomach issues may actually be a pancreas issue called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. Creon pancrelipase may help manage EPI. Creon is a prescription medicine used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. Call 800-633-9110 or visit creoninfo.com to learn more. That's CREONinfo.com.
I'm asking my doctor about EPI and if Creon could help.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
The opening bell on WHBC is brought to you by Ameriprise, the Great Lakes Advisory Group. Call Jason Clemens or Brian Lake today for a free financial consultation at 330-493-0063.
Back by popular demand, pros pick DuraCube or Red Out Softener Salt as buy 12, get one free at Verndale Water Experts. Stop in or convenient home delivery available.
Verndale's Water Center.
And welcome back to Let's Grow Together with Rohr's Nursery and Garden Center. Matt and Rachel are here. Hey, you can call. They'd love to chat with you, answer your questions if you have any. 330-450-1480. Send me an email, pcook@whbc.com. And as we do every week, we love to be able to do this, Matt, because Matt is an aspiring photographer of the floral variety. He takes some great pictures at the greenhouse and the nursery, so we'll share them with you on our Facebook and YouTube pages. So you can go and check those out whenever you have a minute. Boy, that's one heck of a picture there, Matt.
A lot of color in that.
A lot of color there.
The
Beautiful.
flowers make it easy to be a good photographer.
Yes, I hear you.
There is lots to take pictures
So
of
what
right
is
now.
all of this?
Those are all shade annuals.
What?
So that's our
Yeah,
shade
color
table
for
there.
your house.
So yeah, we do have it kind of split up in the greenhouses. Like on the left hand side is all shade, and on sun's on the right. So, but
Okay.
those are some Rieger begonias in the front there, which are one of my favorite blooming. Very easy, long blooming, low maintenance, good for shade.
I think that's the hanging basket I got was begonia.
Yes,
The white
yes,
one,
it was.
wasn't
Yep,
it? Okay.
Yep, yeah.
All right,
That's-
very good.
That's one I get from my mom every
Those
year.
are beautiful. Very pretty. All right, next one we'll see here.
So the girls do displays
cute.
all over the nursery. Just use like their
Found
one,
that on
one
the
of-
side of the road.
Yeah, one of the displays have a bicycle in it, and so one of the girls took and painted the top drawer on that, and then they just were able to actually plant one of the drawers. We put a liner in there, and they planted that all up. So just using different things to create planters than the norm.
Yes, yeah, we did a
That's
lot of
awesome.
bright colors this year. So it's a yellow iron table with some blue pots and plants
Yellow,
to
one
match.
of my favorite
Yes,
colors.
Yeah,
I
it's
love it.
so bright. It's right when you walk in the greenhouse. You can't miss it.
Oh, and here, the next one is
Petunias.
a
Yes.
lot
Lots
of petunias.
And
but
that's
look at
that's
the
just
color.
a little bit. We
That's a
have more of them
snippet.
outside.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
And the wave petunias are always really popular. They're
Yeah,
a great
those
crown
are-
cover. And we've got
Yeah.
them in like a 6-pack and then singles. And
yeah, which there are a lot of trailing ones, but waves are ones that grow really good. They're really good for a big area.
Okay.
Or like a trailing one. I think they use
And
them
you
in
have to,
baskets a
you have
lot.
to snip. You have to like.
It helps, but wave petunias are one of the ones that you don't really have to clean as
Okay,
much.
okay.
I think you notice it more in a hanging basket than you do in the
Yeah,
ground.
yeah,
but
definitely.
it does depend on how particular you are, but they will keep blooming. So, but they like a lot of fertilizer though. So,
Oh, see
just
there.
good to
Very-
know.
And
Little all
here's-
seasons. So,
here's some
there's
hanging
some
baskets.
hanging
Couple
baskets. Yeah,
hundred.
that's the front drive. So, and those are all the sun baskets. Those are the big ones that we got in. A lot of the mixed colors.
Is that a
There's
geranium?
geraniums up
That's
there
the
on
one
the
I got.
rungs.
That's
yes.
right there. I can
yeah,
tell.
there's 2 rows
it's
above.
a real brick
Real
red.
deep,
Yeah.
like a burgundy almost.
Yes.
I loved it.
I
Yeah.
love
That's
that
what my wife got for Mother's Day this year.
Oh, very
So-
nice. See there?
We have hanging baskets of all different like kinds and stuff too. So there's some with moss and they're a little bit more decorative.
And we've got the,
lots
wick,
of
the
different
wicker
color.
pyramidal
Yes,
baskets.
some
that
cone
hang
shaped
down this
ones.
year.
Yes, a
This is
cone-shaped
different.
wicker basket that holds it is
And
beautiful.
we have wire holders for those too. So they could be a planter technically or
Yes.
a hanging basket.
Yeah.
Okay,
and
got it.
it makes them good to transport because
Yeah,
they're
so that
kind
way
of
they're-
awkward.
Oh, yeah.
so,
Yeah,
yes.
pretty cool stuff.
So if
Pretty
you
cool.
can't find a hanging basket, then
Well-
I'm not sure.
All right, this next
Those
one.
are coral bells. So that is
Shade
those
loving
are shade
perennials.
perennials.
See?
Yes.
I took pictures thinking of you this morning.
Oh,
Yeah.
isn't that nice? See there?
Yeah, some of them do okay in the sun. They do benefit from a good half day of shade, though. I found out even with the darker varieties, they look really good in the shade. So, but they add a lot of color.
They sure do.
Super easy, and those are one of the ones I like to use in planters a lot, and then place. And I think at the one with the dresser, there was one in there too. But you can use them in
Okay.
use perennials in your planters, and then pop them in before winter. And
Plant 'em.
It's a
That way
win-win.
you've
you
got
go.
'em.
I do that a lot with hostas too.
That's a great idea. Okay. Next one is
That-
beautiful.
That is Armeria. That is Sea Thrift. That is another perennial. That's a sun-loving perennial. That's one that's really salt tolerant. Actually, there's a variety that grows wild in Ireland, like in the
Oh, I may have
rocks and that
seen
kind
them,
of that
see?
probably yeah. So I don't know if it's a weed there or anything, but we love it here. So it doesn't. It's very obedient. It stays where
Yeah,
it needs
it's
to.
not
It's real
work.
low.
Yeah.
Real low to the ground. Long bloomer. It's kind of Dr. Seuss.
In all different
So, she
colors.
said-
The
you
white
say-
ones and the pink ones are both sea thrift.
And you say salt tolerant?
Salt
What's this-
tolerant.
what's
So,
Like, so
around the
sidewalk.
sidewalks,
Oh, okay.
around the
Parking
mailbox.
lots.
Like,
yeah.
What the heck does salt have to do with anything?
Well, there's
Who
a
cares?
lot of
yeah,
plants that are really
you got to think
sensitive
winter
to
time.
salt.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
yeah.
Okay.
So,
Oh,
and
next one.
That is yarrow. That is Achillea. That's just a great old fashioned cut flower.
Great for pollinators.
Great for pollinators. A really long bloomer. Cut it and it keeps coming.
It has a real ferny, feathery kind of foliage to it.
Yeah.
And I just thought that color was so bright this morning. I'm like, oh, that's
Yeah,
a
you
good
can
rain
see
day
that.
picture
Yep.
there.
That was one of the first perennials I ever bought. Like, because I I don't know. I always loved that plant, like growing up and stuff. So
And yarrow comes in lots of colors. The one that's on here is like
bright
a
pink.
neon
Really
pink.
pretty.
I think
pink.
that's a new variety.
Yeah, I was gonna say
actually.
usually the
Yeah.
yellows and reds and
Yeah.
but that one caught my eye this morning.
Yeah, definitely.
very
That's
bright.
very pretty and very bright.
And that is Scabiosa pincushion. I had to think for a second.
Pincushion flowers.
Pincushion,
Yeah.
yes, yes. That's an old fashioned one that I hadn't seen it for a few years, and it's really making a comeback. And I don't know why it fizzled out
away,
for a
yeah.
while, because it is great. It's another tough one that's good for like tough soil, salt tolerant.
Sun.
So loves the sun. A very long bloomer. The more you deadhead it, it'll just keep coming.
I did notice we have more than one variety, don't we? I think there
there's
was like a pink and a
There's
purple.
a pink and a purple, and actually you can kind of sort of tell there are two different colors.
Yeah,
there.
in that picture.
But,
there,
but they're
yeah.
very they're one of those ones that you can't really tell which is which until you have them side by side.
Side by side, right,
So,
yeah.
so, but they're both really long bloomers. They'll bloom pretty much throughout the summer, which is kind of rare for perennials. There's a
Pansies.
Petunias.
Petunias.
More petunias.
But some of the petunias now have such a crazy,
they do.
bicolor,
This is
multicolor.
crazy.
Yeah, it's just really different looking. Almost looks fake.
Purple
Yeah.
and yellow and
It looks
yes.
like stars.
We are in Jackson, so I had to take a picture of the purple and yellow.
Oh,
That's Jackson's
see
colors.
there. All right, the polar bears
Yes.
hiding behind those. Oh, and there's one of the cone things, right?
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
the wicker cones that we were talking about. Just unique,
So
different.
pretty, so pretty.
Yeah.
That
reminds me too. We do have a petunia, and I haven't seen it yet, but there's one that's white or yellow and black, like that.
No,
So,
sir.
made me think of you.
Black
So,
and gold. That's
yeah.
darn right. Bringing that over to me.
So,
I missed that one. All right, now look at
This is
next
our
one. Yeah.
overflow area, and I mean, I'll let her tell y'all
Go.
all the varieties
that's
there.
where we basically unload and keep all of our. That's our sun overflow area. So up front there's some Gerber daisies and some dianthus, then some dahlias. So lots of the good cut flower kind of thing there. So
I got these dahlias that are like a pinky
yes,
burgundy
they're
color.
so pretty.
so many
pretty.
new varieties of dahlias this year. I've
Yeah.
never seen so many unique
And
colors.
the tropical hibiscus, we've gotten a lot of unique ones in this
Yep,
year.
the peach-colored one.
Yeah, there's like
Yeah.
a peach, and then there's one with like a really really ruffled edge. But yeah, they're really.
It
really
is.
pretty.
It's you have to when you go to Roars, you have to walk around and do it more than once. You know what I mean? Like because I went in and I know I missed things, and I turned around to go back and I was like, oh, I didn't see that. You know, that kind of stuff.
I miss things.
Yeah, we work there.
Just so much.
Yeah, we
It's-
move things one time, and then it's like I didn't know we had that.
I think that's it for our
For the greenhouse
for the
pictures,
greenhouse
yeah.
pictures, and we'll take our break for the news, and when we come back, we can take a look at the nursery pictures because there's a lot of those for sure, and beautiful ones at that. And again, you can give us a call, 330-450-1480. You can email me at pcook@whbc.com. And we're live on Facebook and also on YouTube. It is Let's Grow Together with Roars Nursery and Garden Center.
Hi, it's Angie Rohr with Rohr's Nursery. Spring is finally here, and now is a great time to treat your lawn. Apply a pre-emergent to keep that pesky crabgrass from taking over. And don't forget to give your plants the boost they need. Our experts can recommend the perfect fertilizer for you. Stop into either of our two locations, Rohr's Nursery on Everhard Road and Rohr's Nursery on Portage Street. Or check us out online at roarsnursery.com.
Roar's Nursery. We want to be your number one nursery. Roar's Nursery.
Step back in time to 1778. Experience the thunder of muskets and the smell of campfire smoke, a revolution on the Tuscarawas. Join us at Fort Lawrence, Ohio's only Revolutionary War era fort, for the area's largest reenactment. Watch live mock skirmishes and explore 18th century life through cooking, medicine, and music. It's family-friendly fun with games, food, and history for all ages. Join us on May 23rd and 24th in Bolivar. Admission is just $10 for adults, and children 12 and under are free. Get your tickets at the door or at fortlawrencemuseum.org. Support the preservation of Ohio history.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Liberty HealthShare isn't health insurance. It's a community of like-minded individuals and families coming together to share eligible medical expenses. With affordable healthcare sharing programs for any budget and the freedom to control your own healthcare decisions, it's easy to see that healthcare sharing with Liberty HealthShare could be the right fit for you. It's your healthcare. It should be your choice. Start sharing and start saving today at libertyhealthshare.org.
This is Pam Cook for Yellow Light. I was talking with my friend about how high our energy costs have been getting, and they told me that they decided to get solar panels installed. Is it even worth it? They told me about Yellow Light, a solar panel installation company that's been helping homeowners and businesses go solar since 2009. Reach out to Yellow Light to see if solar panels make sense for you. My friend still brags about her drastically lower electric bills, and you can too. Call them today, 216-220-6233.
Lots of places can expose you to identity theft, but that's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity, which is way more than anyone can do on their own. If they find anything suspicious, like new loans or changes in your financial accounts, they'll alert you right away, all through text, phone, email, or the LifeLock app. Get the alerts that can make all the difference. Save up to 30% off your first year with the promo code BECK. LifeLock.com, 800-LifeLock, 1-800-LifeLock, or LifeLock.com. Use the promo code BECK at LifeLock.com.
Curious about precious metals as a financial diversification? Tune into The Gold Show with Kenny Michaels every weekend and learn more about precious metals. That's The Gold Show from Golden Crest Metals, goldencrestmetals.com.
Saturday mornings at 9 on 1480 WHBC.
WHBC AM Canton, reliable as ever on News Talk 1480 WHBC.
From the News Talk 1480 WHBC newsroom, the Ohio Traffic Safety Office reports that over the Memorial Day weekend last year, there were 13 fatal crashes that killed 14 people. A majority of the crashes involved alcohol or drugs. The Ohio Traffic Safety Department offering an Uber credit in hopes it'll encourage drivers to order ride shares and avoid driving while intoxicated. 2 police officers who defended the U.S. Capitol on January 6, 2021, have filed a federal lawsuit to block the creation of President Trump's $1.7 billion anti-weaponization fund. Former Capitol Police Officer Harry Dunn and the Metropolitan Police Department Officer Daniel Hodges filed that suit yesterday in Washington, asking a judge to prevent the fund from being established or funding those who have been charged and arrested. McDonald's has launched its new under $3 menu nationwide, continuing its efforts to provide value and affordability. The new offerings include McDoubles, McChickens, small fries, hash browns, and more. There's also a new $4 breakfast meal. McDonald's officials say they are planning additional promotions as well. This is all a step in the right direction to provide substantial value. In sports, Guardians beat the Tigers in 10 innings yesterday, 3-2. They'll play a day game today. Tonight, it's the Cavs on WHBC at 8 o'clock as they try to even the series with the Knicks. I'm Pam Cook.
Your severe weather station, News Talk 1480 WHBC.
Here's your AccuWeather forecast. Today, expect a mix of sun and clouds with a high of 69. Tonight, clouds will gradually break apart as temperatures drop to a low of 52. Tomorrow will bring cooler weather along with periods of rain, reaching a high of 63. Tomorrow night is forecasted to be cloudy with showers early on, followed by periods of rain and the possibility of a late thunderstorm with temperatures reaching a low of 53. With the AccuWeather forecast, I'm meteorologist Jason Caterina for News Talk 1480 WHBC.
All right, welcome back to Let's Grow Together. Roar's Nursery and Garden Center, Matt, Rachel, Pam Cook with you. And we're going to go right to the phones because poor Tim's been waiting a long time. You are on the air with Roar's Nursery. Tim, go ahead.
Good morning, Tim.
Hello. Are you there, buddy? Well,
Hola. There we go.
Oh, that's okay. All right, go ahead.
Okay, I bought weed and feed to put on, and I'm wondering, is it too wet today? Is it okay to put it on today?
That's a great question. It's going to be today, or it's probably going to be Monday, Tuesday next week, because you want to put it down when it's wet, and then you don't want it to rain for 24 hours. So it does look like today would be a good time to do that. And then Monday, Tuesday next week, I would get up early in the morning if you don't do it today. Because the weekend, we're going to be having rain. There's not a 24-hour gap in the rain for the weekend. So.
Okay, now, my grandson is going to come over late this afternoon and mow. Should I put him off?
Yes. Once you put that product on, you want to give it at least 3 to 5 days to absorb into the leaf and run down to the root system and do its job.
Well, I tell you, I buy this doggone stuff, and then there's so many variables.
Yeah,
Yes.
so many rules and
So,
regulations, right?
With the weed and
Yeah.
feed is the one where there is so many variables. Step 1, you put down water in. Step 3, step 4, you put down water those in. Step 2 is the one with the weed killer, and it is the one that's a little trickier to put down, but it's not cheap, so you want to make sure you're using it right. You want to have the best effectiveness you can out of the chemical, and that's how you're going to do it. Put it down when it's wet, no rain for 24 hours.
Now you tell me.
And you're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Well, hey,
we got a lot of rain to dodge, so
Yeah.
It is. You just,
Well,
it's
if
a
you use
science.
the product
It's a
wrong,
science.
it's not going to be effective. So you want to make
Right.
sure. I mean, like I said, those fertilizers aren't cheap anymore. So we want to make sure you're using it the right way to get the best effectiveness out of the product.
All right, so we got this email from Joanne. Joanne says, I know you're not supposed to prune your azaleas until after they bloom, but I have a small azalea tree / bush that seems to be dead on the top. There's some blooming on the bottom and on a middle branch. Can she trim it?
So
No, trim it.
a lot of times when we have a real windy winter like this and you have like a foot of snow cover, that's why your plant's blooming and got good leaves on the bottom and nothing on the top, because the bottom was protected by the 32-degree blanket of snow, where the top was exposed to that negative 20-degree wind, and it dried it out. Now, a lot of times the leaves do fall off of that, but as soon as the plant's done blooming, it flushes new growth, and you can have new growth come back from those stems up top. So take your thumbnail and scratch that bark. If that bark's still a bright green underneath, it's got the great potential to push foliage. Fertilize it really heavy with all seasons fertilizer, Rohr's Nursery all seasons fertilizer, and that will cause it to flush out.
All right. I was just kind of thinking about azaleas, because azaleas are, I don't know, the flowers, when do they bloom? When do they normally? Right now?
Yeah,
Like, is it usually-
end of April,
Yeah.
beginning of May. Usually this year's been a little cooler, so we still have some azaleas even blooming now towards the middle end of May. But the weather will affect that a little bit. The most important thing with rhododendrons, azaleas, Pieris japonica, Leucothea, those are all evergreens that flower. And you want to spray them with a product called Wilt Proof in the fall. And what that does is it's like a watered down Elmer's glue. It seals that foliage and it prevents that winter wind from causing all that damage in the wintertime. Because the buds are actually set for that plant in the fall. And if the flower buds dry out, no flowers. It's got okay foliage, but we're really planting those plants for the flowers. So we
Right,
want to
right.
seal those flower buds and prevent that loss of moisture, and then it'll go through winter significantly better.
Okay, good. That's a good thought. Very good thought. All right, we're going to go to the phones. We have Gary in Maslin. You are on the air with Rohr's Nursery. Go ahead.
Hi, yeah, my name's Gary, and we have fire bushes, 5 of them lining our driveway.
Yep.
And they're growing like crazy this spring.
Good.
Now, the guy across the street, he's got the same 5 fire bushes, and 2 days ago he cut them down to about a foot high.
Okay.
Now, are they going to come back?
So the best time to do that trimming would have been before the leaves came out. Most of the burning bushes already have their foliage on them. However, that being said, the plant is very robust. It's one of the few plants that takes to really hard pruning like that. If he would fertilize it with like the all seasons fertilizer, it'll help it recover and flush new growth. The reason we say to do it before the foliage comes out is because the plant has stored energy in the roots from the winter, and it sends it up and flushes all this foliage out. And if you cut that foliage off before it has a chance to do photosynthesis and make food for itself, it can't grow more roots. So that's why it's best to do it before the foliage comes out. This is still a better time than the middle of July, August. I would never recommend a pruning like that at that time of year. And it's even better to do it now than it would be right before winter. So it's a good chance that it'll come back. There is no guarantee when you're pruning plants that hard, but the best thing you could do to bring it back around would be a good all-season fertilizer.
Okay, but I still could trim mine a little bit because the leaves, they're just growing like crazy. And
Yeah, if you want to do some light pruning on them where you're not talking about taking the plant back half or anything like that, you can do that this time of year, no problem. Burning bush take very well to being pruned. I would recommend maybe a little fertilizer because anytime you prune something, you want to encourage growth down inside the plant because you're taking the outer edges off.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. That sounds good.
All right.
Great
Thanks, Gary.
Great question.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, so I have now, and again, 330-450-1480 is the number you can call. Also, I have this email from Maria who says, my hibiscus plant gets buds, and then they fall off. How can I fix this problem?
So
I've had that happen.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's a tropical hibiscus. And I'm assuming it may be still in the house. So there are kind of a little bit of variables there. If it's not, a lot of times that is a watering issue. So if it's one of the newer ones that just came out, a lot of times they're very pot bound. So, and they do take a lot of water. So you want to make sure you are watering it very thoroughly. Make sure it's coming through the bottom of the pot.
Okay.
Or also too, it can be the opposite and be getting too much water, but you usually will see.
Hate that.
You usually don't see them falling off. You usually see it kind of drooping a little bit.
And you'll see the leaves will tell you. They kind of get a yellowy color to them when it's too much water.
Yeah,
so.
and it's very rare that they're going to get too much unless
water.
it's in like a standing water or something. So,
Okay.
but that's usually the case when the buds are drying off or
falling
off
early.
there. So
I've seen that happen on the hardy ones as well, the trees and shrubs outside. If the watering's not right on it, we have overhead irrigation because we have to, because we can't water 6 acres every day by hand. And if I overwater them, I've seen the buds not do as well.
Yeah.
But one of the things you can do to kind of offset that is, again, a good fertilizer. If you're giving when you water, a lot of times you're flushing the nutrients out of the pot as well.
Mm-hmm.
So making sure there's something that's putting nutrients back in the soil will help that plant still do what it's supposed to do.
Yeah, and that is something when it's not getting enough water. That's the first thing to go is the flowers.
Okay. All right, so let's go to Joe in North Canton. You're on the air with Roar's Nursery. Go ahead.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
I just transplanted a bunch of hostas.
Mm-hmm.
And as the older we get, I'm trying to eliminate the pulling of weeds.
Understood.
But on some of them, I see the leaves are turning brown, and I did put a deer repellent on it. Now, I didn't know that was hurting the plant.
If you sprayed it when it was mid-80s last week, it can cause a negative effect on the foliage. The nice thing with the hosta is it'll come right back.
It's very forgiving. We have been seeing a little bit of anthracnose on hostas this year, simply because of the environment
So
and
wet.
it's been something going on.
So I don't have to worry about trimming it down or.
No. I mean, if it is,
If more than half the leaves damaged, I would probably trim those off.
you can trim off the bad leaves and everything like that, if they are unsightly or something like that. But it's not going to hurt it.
What is anthracnose for those
That's
listening that don't know?
I wanted to come back around because if it is that, which it is just kind of. It's a virus that thrives in the soil, so it's almost like tomatoes can get things like that. So, and when the environment's right,
really cold and
wet, and the lack of moisture, a lot of stuff. So, if that is the case, and you are seeing stuff like that, which it's kind of similar. It's little brown spots or edges on the leaves are kind of curling up. Those you would want to take out and throw away.
Do I just do the leaf, or do I go all the way down to the stem?
Really just the affected part. Yeah, just the leaf, really. I mean, you can go all the way down to the stem, but it's really just a matter of sanitation and getting rid of that.
Remove that from the area. Don't leave the clippings lay.
Yes, and keep your pruners sanitized and that kind of thing. Hostas are very forgiving, and they're going to correct once we start getting warmer. Yeah. But we've seen a lot of that this year. So that
I didn't hear what Matt said. Did he say leave the clippings there?
No. Clean the clippings up because you don't want to leave that in that environment. You want to clean it up. It'll help as our environment changes, it'll naturally go away on its own. But a little bit of fertilizer isn't going to help or hurt either because the plant is, anytime it's sick, just like we are, proper nutrition is huge for keeping us healthy and fighting off things. Same thing in the plant world.
Yeah, that's actually how I described it to somebody the other day. Like anthracnose, it's almost kind of like a plant cold in a way. And when the environment's right, it really can have an outbreak. And when you have certain ones that, and then it can just affect those are beside it and that kind of stuff. So just keeping them.
I know they got all kind of different types of hostas. To me, it's a hosta. So I got some big ears, and then they got some with green, lighter green color in them and stuff. They're kind of nice, but like I said, it's just a hostas to me.
Right.
And it shouldn't kill the whole plant.
No,
it's
it won't.
Something that just disfigures the foliage on it. And so those foliage pieces that are disfigured, trim them off, and then you shouldn't have a problem in the future. I don't expect us to be cold and wet all summer.
No, let's hope
I hope not.
Yeah, well, in the middle of North Canton, I don't know how smart I was. I know the deer like hostas, so if anybody wants to do any hunting or anything, come on.
Hey, now.
Stop in the nursery. What's your address?
They do like the hosta, that's for sure. And the repellent does help. So.
Yeah, is the spray okay? I know there's all kinds of different repellents.
Yeah, it is. I like the spray for like flowers and the leaves. Yeah, when they're munching on that. But the granular is really nice too for like aerial, like putting it around the area of it.
It lasts longer.
It lasts longer.
Like especially like this next week, we're getting rain like 5 out of 7 days. So the liquid can get diluted and washed off the leaf, where the granular is going to stay behind and create like an effervescent that kind of irritates the nose and the nostrils of the deer. So they just stay away from that area because it's uncomfortable for them to be there.
Okay. All right. I'm giving it a shot anyway. I don't mean literally.
Yeah, we hear you.
This fall.
Pun intended.
All right. Thank you so much for the call. We appreciate it.
Sure.
Thanks.
All right. We're going to take our final break here. 330-450-1480. Let's grow together with Rohr's Nursery and Garden Center.
Hi, it's Angie Rohr with Rohr's Nursery. Spring is finally here, and now is a great time to treat your lawn. Apply a pre-emergent to keep that pesky crabgrass from taking over. And don't forget to give your plants the boost they need. Our experts can recommend the perfect fertilizer for you. Stop into either of our 2 locations, Rohr's Nursery on Everhard Road and Rohr's Nursery on Portage Street. Or check us out online at rohrsnursery.com.
Rohr's Nursery, we want to be your #1 nursery. Rohr's Nursery.
Ventrac, power, precision, performance. Designed with your tough jobs in mind, Ventrac compact tractors from Bears Lawn and Garden handle everything from mowing, preparing seedbeds, trenching, tilling, leaf collection, and more for a year-round tractor. Whether you're a grounds care professional or a large property owner, Ventrac will give you expert results to conquer all your tasks quickly and efficiently. Feel the difference when you get in the seat of a Ventrac today at Bears Lawn and Garden in North Canton, or call 330-499-4544.
So where are we eating tonight?
Basil Asian Bistro.
Wow, confident answer.
Because Basil Asian Bistro never misses. Pad Thai, dumplings, curry.
And somehow every time we go to Basil, we order way more than we planned.
That's part of the Basil experience.
Honestly, Basil Asian Bistro has that big city atmosphere right here in downtown Canton.
Plus, it's the one place we both always agree on.
All right, Basil at 7.
Perfect, but we're getting crab rangoons.
Basil Asian Bistro in downtown Canton on Market Avenue. Fresh sushi, Asian favorites, handcrafted cocktails, and a night out worth craving.
Mix 94.1 and WHBC teaming up to bring you 330 Deals.
Get more, spend less.
With insane deals on some of your favorite local restaurants and businesses.
Activities, events, services, and more.
From right here in your own backyard.
330deals.com.
It's all the stuff you already love.
At prices that feel way better.
Eat more, do more, go more without blowing the budget.
With new deals every week.
It's 330deals.com.
Live beautifully with luxurious Karastan flooring. During the National Karastan Month Style Meets Savings event, you can relish the beauty of Karastan flooring for less at Hosner Carpet One. Find stylish Karastan carpet, hardwood, and luxury vinyl floors with up to $1,000 rebate and reduced prices on selected styles. Plus 24 months interest-free financing. See store for details. Karastan Style Meets Savings event ends May 30th. Experience the luxury of Kerastan flooring at Hosner Carpet One today. Stark County's most trusted flooring store for over 60 years.
Liberty Health Share isn't health insurance. It's a community of like-minded individuals and families coming together to share eligible medical expenses. With affordable healthcare sharing programs for any budget and the freedom to control your own healthcare decisions, it's easy to see that healthcare sharing with Liberty Health Share could be the right fit for you. It's your healthcare. It should be your choice. Start sharing and start saving today at libertyhealthshare.org.
Time is ticking and your dream home's waiting. This is Steve Struckle, mortgage loan originator at the Commercial and Savings Bank. We understand that buying a home can be overwhelming, but with CSB, it's easier than ever. We offer a range of options, whether you're looking to buy, build, refinance, or improve your home. Our mortgage lenders will guide you every step of the way. Visit our website at csb1.com to apply online today and turn your dream into reality. The Commercial and Savings Bank, where homeownership begins. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The next chapter of Cleveland Browns football is here, and we want to invite you to be the first in. It's a new world-class stadium. It's a new era of Browns football, and it begins in 2029. And your path to being a part of it starts today. Place your deposit now at newhuntingtonbankfield.com to reserve your spot and be one of the first to choose your seats in our brand new state-of-the-art enclosed stadium where Cleveland Browns football goes to the next level.
Look, Roar's got a new theme song.
I'd like to be under the sea in an octopus's garden.
No, we don't have gardens of octopuses.
Octopi.
Octopi. Yeah. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Let's grow together. Roar's Nursery and Garden Center. Okay, we're going to, first of all, give us your Memorial Day hours. I want to mention that.
Our Monday Memorial Day hours are going to be 8 to 4. We are open 8 to 5 on Saturday and 9 to 4 on Sunday. So.
All right, there you go. Now, we were just having a conversation off the air because I got an email from Mary, and Mary says, do you have butterfly hostas? I've seen them on the internet. Thank you for sending this, Mary, because this is prompting a good conversation.
It absolutely is.
They're not real.
Yeah. No one in the world has those because they don't exist.
They don't.
No.
And I will tell you that we searched just for our own to see what would happen. We searched on the internet, came up in a big box store that said they had them and you could order them. Well, when you click on, if you look very closely to the small print, it says contact seller. When you click on that, it's a company in China.
It's a scam.
It's not real.
It's a scam. And usually anytime you're going to see seeds for a hosta, that's
or
a red
even
flag.
the small starts. Like you said, there was somebody that you saw that got a small start. And it's supposed to be a purple hosta. It's not real.
Right.
If
they
it
do
looks,
not exist.
Yeah. If it looks too good
to be true. Yeah.
it probably
and
is.
you know what? Bring a picture in the nursery. Let me or Rachel or one of the other staff members look at that. We're going to prevent you. I mean, there's one hosta that you're looking at there on the thing. It's red, white, and blue leaf. It's
like,
not
come on.
It looks like
real.
one of those.
Not real.
Yeah, there's
pops.
white stars all over the red, white, and blue leaf. It's not a real picture.
No, nature,
they do not exist.
No, nature makes some really neat things, but that's
This is like it is so obviously fake.
Yep.
Yes.
And I look at them. Like I said to you guys, I wish they were real.
It's sad this big box store is allowing this to happen through their own website.
Right.
That is terrible for them.
It is.
That's not good because they're promoting falsities, basically.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And there's not anything even close to that. That's
Now that is a picture of a hosta eye there, but it's not going to grow like what's in that picture.
It's not going to grow with butterflies in
you
leaves.
will get a hosta.
Exactly.
Yes,
you probably you will get a hosta, but you're not getting that kind.
And that's where I guess they can get around that because they are still technically selling the plant.
Right.
But they're not. That's So never going to happen.
I know. And people, you look at them, they're so very cool looking, but again, not real.
I saw a YouTube thing, and it was for the blue hosta, and it was like electric blue with like dark black edges.
Yep.
And it was a house plant. It grew in the winter. You never had to water it, but yet it could take all the water in the world. I mean, it was everything. Checked all the boxes, and it was
not real.
Yeah, and that's a shame
It's
because
a
people,
shame.
I mean, if they were real, we would see them.
We would have
everywhere.
truckloads.
You guys would have them. That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Yeah, it makes you mad.
But there is new plants coming out. Like
Honestly.
we have an orange leafed, like a reddish orange leafed redbud that never existed before 5 years ago. So I understand that people know that there's new breeding going on with some of this stuff. Come in and ask us. Bring a picture in on your phone, on your iPad. Let us take a look at it. If it exists, we can tell you if it's coming down the pipe and when it'll be available from the growers, but we can also prevent you from spending money on something that's not real.
Yeah.
And it's happening in greater and greater amounts every year.
Yeah, we're seeing it more and more. It used to just be we'd see like pampas grass or something that was like that bright blue or like a hot pot pink. Yeah. With just like a filter on it and stuff. But now with AI, it's everywhere. So it just makes you realize, like, even not just in the plant world, like always, check and check. Make sure you're getting what you're really ordering.
And there's and like you say, when I went out there last weekend, there's so many beautiful plants and trees and bushes and flowers and everything that, just go out there and there's color everywhere.
Yeah.
It's real stuff.
Hey, if you see it at our nursery, it's real.
That's right.
Yeah. Because there are things sometimes that come in and we're like, oh my gosh, I've never seen anything like this. You know?
pretty.
So,
Yeah.
Some of the new dahlia varieties this year were just spectacular.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, the new petunia, that one we looked at that was the purple and yellow.
Yeah.
There's some really cool things, but not everything you see online is real.
That's
In fact,
right.
more and more, less of it is real.
We're going to show you some real things right now. We've got the rest of the pictures, right?
That is a red bud. That is a variegated leaf red bud. It's called alley cat. And the cool story behind this is some guy found that growing in a crack of a sidewalk in Louisville, Kentucky.
Right. I know that story.
And he took that plant to a plant breeder friend of his, and they actually bred this tree, and it's a variegated leaf red bud. Now, most things with a variegated leaf, if you put them in full sun, they have a tendency to scorch really bad, and all the white parts of the leaf turn brown. Okay. That one doesn't do that. The next one is a picture of rosy teacups. It's one of the late blooming, really deep pink dogwoods. Pink dogwoods can vary in shade of the pinkness, and this one's a really deep pink. That is a picture of Sonic Bloom Wigilia, or Wiglia.
Wiglia.
A lot of the different names I've heard it called. Sonic Bloom is a soft pink color, and it repeat blooms heavily through the summertime. Next one here is a picture of a different type of rhododendron. So most of the rhododendrons have kind of finished up now. This one comes on a little bit later. It's called Rhododendron Maximum, and it is a deep shade loving. It's meant to grow under the canopy of trees, where some of the other rhododendrons, most of them, need some sunlight to produce a nice bloom. This one does it in the deep shade and will not grow in the sun. And that is a picture of our stellar pink dogwood. That's the 4-footer I planted 19 years ago.
That is so pretty.
And it's just finishing up now. So when you look at the picture, you may say, oh, that's white. Well, at the very end of the pink dogwood's bloom cycle, if the blooms hang on for a long time, this has been blooming for over 3 weeks. And so now it's starting to get the sun washes the color out of the flower. So it starts off a nice deep pink and ends up almost a white.
It's great. I love it. Go see all of this stuff in person. You can do it.
Yep.
Tell them where they go. Where should they go, Matt?
We have 2 Roars Nursery locations, 5357 Everhard Road in Canton and 7211 Portage Street in Massillon.
All right. Have a great Memorial Day weekend, guys.
You too.
You too.
Hi, it's Angie Rohr with Rohr's Nursery. Spring is finally here, and now is a great time to treat your lawn. Apply a pre-emergent to keep that pesky crabgrass from taking over. And don't forget to give your plants the boost they need. Our experts can recommend the perfect fertilizer for you. Stop into either of our 2 locations, Rohr's Nursery on Everhard Road and Rohr's Nursery on Portage Street. Or check us out online at rohrsnursery.com.
Rohr's Nursery, we want to be your #1 nursery.